Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's Season 8, Episode 9, and today, as you can see, it's the final two games of the Championship season. It's a classic Championship table at this point. Anyone down to 11th can still reach the playoffs, anyone up to 4th can still fall out of them. We face leaders West Brom and in 6th place Bristol City in our last two games, probably the hardest running of anyone. But if we get it right, we could go into this with a bang. As you can see, and those of you who were with me last time will know, we have fallen away very slightly. And that's because things have just started to go wrong. Suspensions, injuries, little bits of luck at the wrong time. We'll review all of that in a moment. And then we'll go and get into these two massive games. But firstly, a massive thank you to everyone who continues to follow the series. I really do appreciate it. It's been a crazy season in this save. Probably one of my favourites ever making content on the channel. Had my first ever live stream to start it off. I've had an international job for the first time on this game on the channel. What else have we had? We've had a change of jobs. We've had a new director of football transfer window. We've had a reunion with a club that we've left for the first time rather than being sacked and seeing if we made the right decision. I mean, it's all happened. It's been absolutely brilliant. I feel like the content's improved over the last month or two and I've really been able to connect a bit more. And I thank you so much for your feedback along the way. And thanks to so many of you for your kind words about this season. If you are looking forward to these decisive two games today, please do put a thumbs up on the video. I really do appreciate it. And if you don't want to miss any of the action coming up, subscribe and turn that notification bell on down below. We'll have daily content from our two long-term FM20 stories. We had our summer transfer special from Dorking Wanderers in our one club save yesterday. We've got a massive game coming up in this one. If we miss out on the playoffs, don't forget on Tuesday, the next episode of this will be a live stream. So if we miss out on the playoffs, 10 AM on Tuesday, we will be going through the transfer window. We'll be letting our director of football shine just as he did in January. We also tomorrow continue our two new series on the channel. Thank you to everyone that supported those. So our FM20 network career at midday and at 4:30 our stadium review series. The first look into the real footballing world on this channel. I'm a massive fan. It's something I'd love to do more of going forward. Both of those series feature co-hosts. So please do come along and let me know what you think. It's really important with new content on the channel that I know if you guys are enjoying it or not. The feedback's been good so far, but please do come and check it out if you haven't. And let me know what you think of it. And hopefully there'll be more to come in the future. But let's go on to Burnley today. It is a massive two games. We go away to champions West Brom. My hope is, having already won it by nearly 20 points, that they'll take their foot off the gas, play some youngsters, give us a chance to win the match. And then we go at home to Bristol City on the final day. It could yet be a crucial game. Bristol City currently 6th, we're 8th, just 2 points separating us. And that's really the aim from this episode, is let's make sure we're in it come the final day. But firstly, we'll look at the 4 results off camera, and you can see why it's all gone wrong. 2 points in 4 games. We lost at Brentford 1-0, disappointing performance. 2 all away at Birmingham, we nicked a late point. Manu Garcia and Sunday Balogun with a goal in each half right at the end, just getting us back on terms with a point there. And at that stage, we've moved back into the playoffs. We stayed there with a home draw against Swansea. Again, Balogun getting an equaliser. But you can see as we're going through, the Brentford game, we had a poor performance from Mejas. Against Birmingham, it was just disappointment. But against Swansea, we had the injury to Monchu. Don't forget the last game when we were on camera, we had the injury to Owen Edmonds. And then at Crystal Palace, we lost 1-0. We threw the kitchen sink at them. It was an even game. It could have gone either way. And Palace nicked it 1-0 in the end. They pretty much secured their playoff spot with that. And we've now got a lot more work to do. One of the other things we've struggled with, and you can probably notice from the lineup there, is that unfortunately Rob Simpson, our centre-half, the best one at the club, he got himself a 2-game suspension for 10 yellows. And it just meant we were a little bit short. So at this stage, we were missing Monchu, we were missing Edmonds, we were also missing Simpson. And it's just all been a little bit too much in the end. So if we go and have a look at our medical centre now, we've also got Jarosinski out and Mejas today. It has all gone wrong. Simpson back from suspension but still injured. And we've got to choose which ones of them we risk. We're going to have to play one of the centre-halves. Rod Coleman's going to keep his place. And at this point, we've just got to hope we can stay in it. So it could all be over today, but let's go and have a look at the lineup via one very important screen. And that, after a quiet few years in both series on this front, is the youth intake. We have a gem. So let's go and have a look at our under-18s. He's been signed up already by our director of football. It is Callum Bonner, a 16-year-old fullback, Versatile, can play anywhere along the back four. 2-star ability, 4.5 potential, fairly professional personality. He is going to be sensational. We are so pleased that he came through. What a young player. And I'm actually in a position now where I want to stay with Burnley for a long time. I really think we can take them to the Premier League next season. Hopefully this season, but I think it's a bit too late now. And then maybe even next year we can do something special. We can then keep them in the Premier League and get some of these youngsters in the team. If I keep you with the progress of the 23s as well, we've got Lowery, we've got Andy May, we've got Jack Vaughn, all now 2.5-star ability, all at least 4.5 potential. They've been making a squad as we've been getting short of players. So there's plenty of promise moving forward. Steve Hay, the left back, he's improving quickly as well. I mean, it's just so good. I know because of the situation where we've got ourselves overachieving in the playoff hunt, we've not been able to give these kids the football they deserve. But next season, I'm going to move them all into the first team, have them as part of the squad, and hopefully our director of football can have a quieter window then. But let's go and get into this game against West Brom. The toughest game on paper this season, away from home against the champions. Let's hope they let up a little bit. Jack Ross had a bit of a revival in his career, and we are down to basically the bare 18. So Mayhas is fit. He is going to play. Rob Simpson is also fit. What's wrong with them? Stub toe. Mayhas, tight groin. Which one do you play? I think we play Simpson because he's a better player. He's a Burnley youth product. And more importantly, he knows exactly what this is like. He's only got a stub toe. It's not going to get worse. Mayhas will squeeze onto the bench. We'll take out one of the youngsters, probably Lowery. Vaughn will stay in there because we've not got many midfield options. And that's what we're working with today. So if we can get some sort of positive result and just stay in that playoff hunt for the last game, I will be a very happy man. I've got no option but to play Tavares on the left side because Jarozinski's injured now as well, of course. Vaughn's on the bench. He can cover out there if need be. And Glenn Stevens has been coming on as an inside forward. But other than that, this is our 11 and 18. We've got Summerskill in goal, Furlong and Cobalt the fullbacks with Coleman alongside the injured Simpson at centre-half, Higgins on the right wing, Tavares on the left, Orellana and Conor Gallagher back into midfield. He's covering, of course, for the injured Monchu. And then Manu Garcia, the number 10 position, with Sunday Balogun continuing up front. So let's go and get into it. There's nothing more to be said. Can we hang on and give ourselves a chance on the final day? Here we go then, 4-2-3-1 for West Brom. Their star player is Jonathan Lecco. You could argue it might be Ryan Brewster as well. But Jonathan Lecco, for those of you that went over to the podcast channel to check out our network career over there, will know that I'm managing Tranmere in League One and I've got a young Jonathan Lecco on loan. He is probably the best thing since sliced bread in that save. So I'm hoping it won't be the same here, but he is one of the top scorers in the Championship, so I presume that it is the case. He's just a very good player by the looks of it. But in we go with our 4-4-1-1. Let me know in the comments as we tell the lads to prove a point. Do you think we'll get something out of this game? And do you think we'll still be in the playoff hunt come the Bristol City match? With that one and a couple of players back fit, maybe we'd have a chance. But this is going to be a massive 90 minutes. I mean, we're not getting too upset because don't forget, we were in a relegation battle when we joined. Our objective was to avoid relegation. We've done that with flying colours, and this is a remarkable achievement. But here comes Alanga for West Brom down the left. They're on top early on. He's just run the length of the pitch. Summerskill makes a good save, does well to hold it as well. But Simpson didn't look fit there, and Darnell Furlong barely looked like competition. But 10 minutes gone, it's still 0-0, and as it stands, we're within 3 points. Cobalt to Gallagher with a throw-in on the left-hand side. Into Orellana, he's been robbed of possession. Oh, you don't want to lose it there. It's now the 3-on-3 again. Wood running through, unopposed, finds Brewster. Chance to shoot and goes wide. But we look all at sea at the back. I'm going to drop Furlong to a support duty because West Brom obviously stronger opposition than we've played before. Might even go defensive later on. But for now, we'll just drop it back a little tiny bit. 15 gone, we're still hanging on. But it's West Brom again with a free kick. In from the right, headed just wide. Oh my word, how is this still 0-0? West Brom have had 2 or 3 good chances. And at the moment, we're still clinging on. Simpson to Coleman at centre-half, playing out from the back from the goal kick. Here's Cobalt. Oh, that's an awful pass. What is going on? Are we nervous? Are we hiding? This is the worst performance we've produced yet. Definitely an awful 15 minutes. And we might have to stop playing out from the back here. Although that one worked fine, Garcia, but the highlight ends immediately. 20 minutes gone and I'm very, very worried. Let's see if we can cling on to half-time. Throw on the right again for West Brom. It's another advanced position. I mean, they're making us look silly here. We look like a League One team against them. Orellana heads up rather than away. Cleared away by Tavares. We're nervous about him in his own box. Remember the last one? Was it Blackburn or Ipswich he did that against? Here's Langton to Alanga. Still beats his man. Good challenge Furlong. Falls for Alanga again though. They're just not getting out of it. It's out to Lecco on the right, the man we highlighted pre-match, and he's taking on the fullback. Good block by him though. Cleared away by Tavares. It's an onslaught, but Garcia's got a chance to break. Balogun on the left. 3-on-1, but Balogun can go alone here. Oh, just wide. He hit it early. Plenty of pace on the shot. And Sunday Balogun still a threat on the break, but we've got to go and make tactical changes here. So we're not going to play out from the back anymore. We won't distribute to centre halves. He doesn't have to take short kicks. What else can we do? I don't think there's much more we can give there. That's going to be it. So we're going to confirm those changes. Just stop playing short from the back, and hopefully we can get a foothold in this game. I say that, we've got a throw in on the right hand side. Furlong finding Manu Garcia. Can we get a cross into the box? No, Furlong challenged again, but he comes back out of it, keeps the ball remarkably. Orellana finds Garcia, back to Conor Gallagher. Just wide at a post by the skipper. And we're starting to get a couple of chances here. It's still West Brom completely on top, but we've got a threat, and that's the most important thing. Other results are going our way. Bristol City losing at home to Ipswich. Barnsley drawing at home to Hull, and as it stands we're still within a point of 6th. If we can do that into the final day, I think we'll be happy, particularly if it is Bristol City there. So let's tell the lads to keep it up, and 0-0 as it stands would be a very good result here. Well, we've got a throw on the right, 10 minutes gone in the second here. Orellana robbed in possession, Brewster can get it away. We've got our former club Salford to thank for nothing. They're losing 4-0 to Brentford, which secures their playoff spot as Ryan Brewster just skins Simpson again. I mean, he's not fit, the lad, he's playing on one leg, and it's kind of showing, to be honest. But an hour gone, and we're still very happy with things. Charlton, look at that, another former club, they've moved up to 6th now. Henderson with a corner for West Brom. Oh, it's in. Jonathan Lecco. It had to be him. We talked pre-match. We said we had experience of that. And Jonathan Lecco has sunk us here. And we're now 2 points off. And although still just about in the hunt, it would take a miracle set of events for us to get up on the final day. And actually, with 15 to go, it's all changed. 4 points separate us now. Barnsley have taken the lead. Palace are winning. That puts us in a pretty tight spot. So let's make the subs. We need to try and do something. Simpson's going to be replaced. We'll bring on Craig Robinson, someone who's fit at centre-half. On the left, Tavares is going to be replaced. I don't know who by. I think we're going to have to go back into it. Once this sub is made, we'll put Stevens on as an attacking winger. What it does mean is you might get to see some of the kids in the next game. We might be able to give a few of them debuts. I mean, last I think I'm going to have to bring Gorbel on. He's not made many appearances, but he's looked a threat when he has come on. Orellana, neither of them can play box to box really. Is there anything else they can do? Mazzala on attack. Let's just go for it. Flying forward. Furlong back on an attacking duty. Let's go attacking ourselves. And you know what? Let's throw the kitchen sink at the champions. 6 more minutes to go, and Furlong's got a throw on the right. Garcia in, Balogun loses out in the air. Had to get something on that, surely. It's away to Ray Perkins, a player we had before. Was it a Charlton? And he's just run the length, and it's a good save, Summerskill. But Ray Perkins again showing his threat there. I'm sure it was Charlton we had him at. I know this isn't the ideal time to look, but I do get distracted by things like this. You all know that very well by now. Ray Perkins, yeah, it was Charlton. On loan from Man United, he's now a permanent player at West Brom. And he's a very good midfielder. 3 minutes left, we're still throwing the kitchen sink, but it's still West Brom getting the chances. Though Orellana intercepts there and Garcia switches it to Stevens. Falls for Gorbel. Can he make himself a hero here? Out to the right, there's a man there. Orellana to Balogun. Oh, it's a great save by Sergio. A corner kick, Balogun had the chance. He's been so reliable since I've come in. He's now taking a corner with that one saved. And can we score rarely from a set piece? Into the front post, headed up more than away. Finds Higgins back out to Balogun again. Chance to cross is poor. It's blocked away for a throw in. And I think our playoff hopes are just about over. It's going to be taken by Furlong though. Here's Orellana. Back to Furlong. Please get it in early. Oh, he's deflected it off his own face. And we're into 4 minutes of stoppage time. And we're now 5 points off the playoffs. Bristol City winning as well. It's all ended in tears. Well done to West Brom. They're deserved champions. And we're going to say well done to our lads because they fought hard with a depleted squad. I just think what might have been if we had 3 or 4 players fit. But we lose 1-0. We drop to 9th place. And we're 5 points off 6th place Bristol City into the final match. So we will still show that game. We're going to give a few of the kids a chance. We're going to give a few debutants to players in the youth squad. So we might not win this match. We can only drop one more place really, so there's no harm in it. And they're players that are probably going to feature quite heavily next season. So we're going to skip ahead to that. It does end in disappointment. But what a recovery this has been from the relegation battle. And we'll be back in a moment for the final game. We're back for the final game against Bristol City. Of course, now not meaning quite so much for us, but it's still a very important game for Bristol City. Jonathan Woodgate in charge of them now. It's still nearly a sellout at Turf Moor. Hopefully the fans will appreciate what the lads have done this season. The recovery since we've joined has been incredible. We were in 21st place and we took the playoff hunt to the penultimate day. It's a brilliant achievement. So we've basically swapped places with Salford, our former club, so fair enough for that. What we have got to say, of course, is because we haven't made the playoffs, Tuesday will now definitely be a live stream. So 10 AM on Tuesday this coming week. Please do set your alarms and come and join me if you can. We'll have our director of football at work. It'll be the transfer special in the head coach. But for now, let's go and get into this Bristol City game. I'm going to go and pick a heavily rotated squad and introduce you to a few new youngsters at the club. Here we go then. I meant a heavily rotated squad. We have got 5 youth players coming in. I've no idea if any of them have played for the club before. So let's just go for and meet them. Up front's going to be Andy May. He's a 19-year-old, 2.5 ability, 4.5 potential. Never played a league game for Burnley. Really good young advanced forward. On the right wing, we've got Leon Lowery. He's going to be a natural striker. And again, 2.5 ability, 4.5 potential. Advanced forward on attack ideally. He's left-footed, so I might even switch him over to the left. But either way, another really good young striker at 18. In central midfield, we've got Jack Vaughn. He's an 18-year-old, again right winger or central midfielder. Physically sensational. Pretty average in central midfield, but we'll work around that. A fairly professional player and has been training brilliantly. So another one at 18 that has to come in. Has he been at Crewe? Oh, he came through at Crewe rather than Burnley. So that's an interesting one. And then the 2 fullbacks as well. Steve Hay at left back, 17 years old, 2-star ability, 4-star potential, really training well, professional personality. They all deserve a chance. And none of these lads have made a league appearance. I didn't check Lowery. No, none of them have. And then at right back, obviously the one that came in this year's intake, Callum Bonner. We know he hasn't made an appearance. And again, fairly professional, training well. They all deserve their chance. We've got 2 other youth products in Simpson and Summerskill still in the first team. And if Edmonds had fit, it would have been 8. But it is 7 youth academy players in there. Or 6 if you take out Vaughn. We've then got Coleman and Orellana, the January signings. As well as Stevens as well, actually. So a very, very young side. So that's the 11 we're going for today. Let's see if they can produce something special for the fans. Here we go then. I really like days like this. We might lose, but this is a big sign of the future. I could see Burnley becoming a big part of this head coach series. Almost like we had with Newcastle last year, where we were there 3 or 4 years, built them up. I know we're unlikely to quite reach the same heights with Burnley, but this would be a good club to stay at and stabilise for a couple of years. Don't forget, in 8 seasons, we've had about 6 jobs here. We need a little bit of stability, and Burnley look like a side we can build with. Everyone loves developing young players, having superstars and wonder kids come through, and this could be the one. So let's go to the tactics. We've still got Sunday Balogun in, so we're just going to push him and Lowery further forward. Lowery is an inside forward on attack, Balogun as a winger on attack. And then we're going to have Vaughn in the middle. He wants to be a roaming playmaker. No, we'll have him as a Mazzala on support. And then the fullbacks want to be on support duty, so we've dropped Bonner to that. And let's go and get into it. The lads can't harm anyone, so let's see what they can do if they can produce something special. There could be 5 of these working their way into the team next season. They're all going to be in and around the squad, so let's see if they can stake a claim for themselves. Well, 10 minutes to half time, we've reached this point without a highlight yet. It suggests the lads are holding their own. And to be fair, we've got a fairly experienced centre-half partnership and keeper, as Vaughn picks it up in the middle to Orellana. Lovely switch of play to Balogun. Can we get some magic out of the star striker? Beats the fullback and the centre-half. Save to Andy May. And on his debut, he puts the rebound in. He was looking nervous, according to the assistant. I bet that'll change now. Andy May on debut scores. Sunday Balogun with all the magic, as has so often been the case since we've joined. But one of the 5 debutants has got a goal, and what a moment that is for us. We lead Bristol City at half-time. As it stands, we're spoiling their playoff party too. Unbelievable. We've competed in all the stats. It's been really good. So let's encourage the boys and get straight back into the second half. Throwing on the right for Bristol City. Early threat for the visitors here. Mora picks it up. Sunday Balogun blocks. Good work. Falls for Jack Vaughn in the middle. He goes long over the top, but it's headed away easily. Falls straight for Balogun though. He's been on fire out on the left wing. Beats two men into the box alone. Shot saved again. Oh, it's on the bar. The keeper got a hand to it, but it wasn't strong enough. And then it just hit the woodwork and bounced over. Balogun will take the corner himself. There's 3 or 4 in there. One of them's Coleman, but he loses out. And De Silva can bring it away for Bristol City. It looks like it might be a good counter here as well. 3 on 3. De Silva's going the length. Lowery back with a challenge. Striker playing out on the right just to cover for us today. And he's put in one hell of a shift there. 5 minutes gone in the second half. It remains Burnley 1, Bristol City 0. Well, there's something that isn't a surprise. Rob Simpson picking up his 11th yellow of the season. A poor goal kick from Bristol City falls for Lowery, though. Into Orellana. He's got 3 up with him. Oh, that's greedy. But it falls for Stephens, who taps in. The keeper's had an absolute shocker. What's going on there? I mean, Orellana shoots. It was a poor effort. And the keeper just fumbled it. Glenn Stephens taps in. He's having a lovely time. And we lead 2-0 now against City. They are throwing away their chance at the playoff spots. But they've got one back, have they? No. Dadashov heads wide. Don't forget, our first game in charge of Burnley was against Bristol City away. We drew it 2-2 as Stephens heads another one over. And what a wonderful occasion this has been. I'm so proud of these lads as Lowery charges forward again. It looks like we're going to have a good season next year. Andy May nicks it in the box. Tries to cross. Balogun's there. Oh, it's off the line again. The keeper's dropped another one. It's cleared away eventually, but we've got another corner. And Sunday Balogun's running riot. Into the front post. Headed away as far as Vaughn. Shoots from 25. Oh my word. Jack Vaughn on his debut. Not had a great game really. And that shot was unbelievable. Curled it in, rifled from 25. The keeper's having an absolute shocker for City. But we're not complaining about these lads on debut. Sunday Balogun now's got the worst rating, ironically. And I think we've got to go and make some changes here. We'll just shore it up a little. We don't want Balogun to get injured into the summer. So let's go and give him a rest. Jamie Higgins is the ideal man, but he can't play on the left-hand side. So I think it might have to be Manu Garcia, with Jack Vaughn going out to the left. He's already scored a goal, had a brilliant performance. We'll leave him as a winger on attack. Garcia will come on. Where can he play? Box to box is okay for him, so he'll go back in there. Do we want to make any other changes now? Cobalt's going to come on for Steve Hay because he's looking aggressive. He's had a decent game. He's probably the worst of the 5 prospects. So Cobalt will just bring on some experience at fullback. And we'll leave the last change for 5 more minutes. Maybe get one of the kids a standing ovation. Free kick for Bristol City from the right. De Silva crosses. Free header Galloway. It's in for 3-1. I've no idea why the text commentary took so long there. And former Luton man Brendan Galloway. We had him in our Save with Luton in the beta edition of FM20. He's got a goal back. I'm going to bring on Mayhass. He's going to replace Simpson just to avoid any red cards or suspensions. And we'll try and see out the last 15 in what's been a brilliant day at the office for our boys. 5 minutes to go. We're back with a corner for Burnley. Into Mayhass hits the bar. Galloway hacks away. We have been brilliant in this game. So many chances. I mean, look at the ratings. Andy May, 7.4. Jack Vaughn, 8.3. Bonner, the right back, 7.5. So many positives, but Bristol City on the counter, and the last thing we want to do is throw this away. They're leaving men forward. They're just being a bit negligent defensively, but it's working out for them here. Summerskill with a good save. It's out for a corner. And it's still 3-1 as it stands. But a few warning signs there. We have got to be careful. De Silva's going to take the corner in. Cobalt heads away. That's why we brought the experience on. Stephens hat clear. May flicks on. Lowery's there. He's got a man over on the left. Get it in the middle. Look up. Look up. Andy May's there. Oh, you had to pass. Greediness on his debut. He had to pass. Andy May was there for the open goal. I can't be too annoyed because it's been a brilliant display. But it's 3-1 and it really should have been 4. Nardi, the keeper for Bristol City, who has gone a long way to helping us to this win, finds De Silva on the left-hand side. Beats 2 men, delivers in, Mayhass heads away. Stephens can charge. We've got a counter on. Bristol City have got no one back. Glenn Stephens running a length. Only one-on-one. Watmore with the tackle. Orellana with a through ball, which is blocked. And it falls for Bonner, who starts again. Coleman goes all the way back to the keeper. I've no problem with that at the moment. Summerskill plays it back to him. Two in the middle, but goes wide to Bonner instead. What a brilliant debut he's had on the right, and he finds Lowery down the line. Greediness a minute ago cost him, but he crosses this time, finds Vaughn, who is lost out in the air to Watmore, and Vaughn brings it down again. To the back post, Lowery down. Orellana, oh! The technique on that was incredible. It's over the bar, it hits the roof of the net, but what an unbelievable bit of technique from Orellana. One of the few experienced players in there, probably had his best game for the club actually. Cobalt finds Mayhas, long ball forward. 30 seconds left, it's been an action-packed second half. The first half we only saw the one highlight, and Lowery's intercepted again. Orellana through on the right-hand side. Three in the middle, can he find them? To the byline, back, oh it's a poor ball back. Too far deep, and the Carrillo clears long. Out for a throw-in, that will surely be it. And this might be my proudest moment of the series so far. 5 debutants from the youth team for Burnley, 2 other youth products in there as well. And we have won 3-1 at home to Bristol City. We've spoilt their playoff party. And we look like we've got some absolute superstars for next season. So all of those boys going to be involved. 2 players scoring on their debuts, 3 others putting in strong performances. And we have won 3-1. And Bristol City have lost out on the playoffs as a result. We stay in 9th place. Barnsley, a side we managed in the FM19 edition of the head coach, they make it on 78. Our former club Charlton miss out in 7th place, the only club that have sacked us so far. Bristol City in 8th place after we beat them, and we're up there in 9th on 74. Considering we took over needing to avoid relegation, that's a really incredible achievement. We've had some youngsters making their debuts today, and overall I'm just so proud of everything that's gone on there. So as we mentioned, we'll be back on Tuesday with a live stream at 10 AM, the transfer special from the summer, our director of football a chance to be a hero again. But if you did enjoy this episode, please do put a thumbs up on it. Let me know what you thought of those 5 youth players coming in. I mean, that was absolutely incredible. I don't know if you agree, but some of those performances have really pleasantly surprised me. Who's going to be the stars out of them? Who do we need to find football for next season? You've seen all their profiles. Who do you think are the best? If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and turn that notification bell on down below. You'll get alerts as live streams start, also as new episodes come out as well. We had our summer transfer special with Dorking yesterday, which you can find a link to in the eye above. And our 2 new series continue tomorrow, our FM20 network career and our football stadium review series. Both of those playlists in the eye above, so please do come along if you're able to. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support for another season. It really has turned out to be a crazy one. And I hope to see you on Tuesday for the live transfer stream, where hopefully our director of football becomes a star again.